Okay, cool. Okay, guys, we're back here in the channel. We have a special guest here, Shaun Brown out of Michigan. He is he is a powerful buyer out there. He owns a bunch of MHP, hundreds of lots on his name. So we're excited to have you on. Hello, hi Shaun. How's it going?
Thanks for having me. Great to chat with you today.
Okay, let's get started. Who is Shaun Brown? How do you get into MHP in this little world of MHP?
Yeah. So I guess I have an interesting background. I've been buying properties since I was about 20 years old. I first started with affordable housing in Grand Rapids, Michigan area. So I'd buy rental properties, fix them up. I rented a lot Section 8, a lot of college kids to begin. It kind of evolved from there, from the rental property world. Um, in that process, I came across some mobile home deals. I bought those, flipped them, held some paper, kind of introduced to that world at that time. And then it kind of evolved from there. I've managed some pretty large properties in my time. Um, and compared to multifamily, I just think I like the asset class a little bit more. It's absolute affordable housing. It's a little bit easier to manage and add value in some ways, in my opinion. So that's kind of where it evolved from. Um, we like Michigan. We're in Michigan. I grew up in Michigan. So that's one reason we like this markets. We understand them is probably the biggest thing. And like everywhere, there's huge demand for affordable housing. So
Yeah, I can only imagine.
yeah, the communities that we're in all have affordable housing shortages, and yeah, just a lot of demand right there.
Got him. Got it. Got it. And how was your first deal?
First deal, yeah, well, the first deal I ever bought was when I was 20, so that was my first deal years ago. Not knowing much, my father had a couple rental properties. He was a realtor, but learning on the job for sure.
But you're saying
Uh,
your first MHP, sorry,
yeah,
your first was at 20 years old?
no, no, oh,
Oh,
the first.
okay.
No, my first mobile home deal that I did was in my low 20s. Just a single mobile home, an old mobile home. We fixed it up, we resold it, sold it on paper, taking payments. So that was my first kind of introduction to mobile home. And then I managed
Oh,
some larger properties in my 30s. Um, so got introduced to the operation side of the business. So yeah, that's kind of where my background lies.
mm, got him. Got it. Got it. And as for now, I guess it's you. You mentioned your son already.
Yeah,
It's in business. Is your
yeah,
is
yeah.
your is your dad still in business?
I'm sorry.
Is your dad? You mentioned your dad, or
My father was a realtor, so he wasn't involved with MHP, but other aspects of real estate investment, multifamily, single family rentals, duplexes, et cetera, things like that, and kind of the retail side of real estate as well. So I did get that background.
mm, got it. And as for now, what you guys are focusing on as for what you guys buying uh
Yeah,
up there in Michigan.
yeah. So right now we are focused on um, MHP exclusively. Um, we're trying to acquire more communities in that 50 to 100 spaces and up, going forward, just a little bit more. I don't know, that's kind of our focus point. We have properties scattered around Michigan and going into other states as well, but Michigan is kind of our foundation. We like the markets. We like the upside in the communities that we're in. We know them well. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of demand as well. So yeah.
How many lots total roughly do you guys own right now? in total? Oh,
Um, it's about 450 lots. We have a couple things under contract that will take us to, let's see, over 600 here in the next few
nice.
months. So, yeah, we're still growing, but we're aggressively growing at this point.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And
Yeah,
as for now that you're up in there in the 500 lots plus, are you guys comfortable with all type of infrastructure or no lagoon, no wastewater waste treatment?
yeah.
What it looks like for you?
No, that's a good question. I think the more experience you have with different properties, then you kind of dial in what you like, what you don't like, from good experiences and bad experiences and blind spots that we missed or didn't understand at that point. So now going forward, of course, a lot of the things that you've heard before, some city utilities are nice. If you're going to deal with those other problems, um, yeah, you need to have the capital to do it and also the desire. We are interested in value add. There's a few things that we think we're pretty good at. We're good at operations, so kind of professionalizing mom and pop operations. We like that upside there, raising rents responsibly, um, doing capex improvements, deferred maintenance. We can come in and take care of that, improve the community, force some rent raises based on that value. The other thing that we're pretty good at is infilling. That's a difficult operation. There's a lot of moving
Yeah.
parts. Everyone wants to do it. Um, I don't know. Some people act like it's easy. It's never easy. It takes more time. It always costs more. Takes
Oh
longer.
yeah.
But you know, when the smoke
Yeah.
settles, it's a good way to add value. Um, and we like to infill some used homes, not just new homes. So then there's the element of remodeling those homes on top of that. But at the end of the day, then we can deliver them for about half the price to
Mm,
residents. So, um, it it really, stands with our goal of affordability at the end of the day. So
yeah, that definitely, yeah, because I always listen to, hey, just infill you, but when when I can understand the process of laying fill, I was
yeah,
like, that's not that easy. Uh, that's yeah, just take it home, just bring into the community, but that's not so easy to do.
exactly. It's like infill is different because every infill, they're all animals, right? But they're all different animals. So just because I've done infill in one situation, one city, one town, and then we go to another project, every variable feels like it could be different, what the township requires, what we need to do to get everything passed with the cities. So, yeah, there's a lot of nuance within it. That's the hard
Yeah,
part, I guess.
yeah. So city water, city sewer. What about the other stuff? Maybe septic, lagoon, waterways. Do you guys touch on that, or would you consider touch on those, or no? Just okay. Let's just move on.
In an ideal world, I don't, but like, for example, there's always an exception. If it's in my area, if the value add is there's a lot of upside and we feel comfortable with what the situation is there, then I mean we could do it. But you know, at this stage we're trying to scale too. So inside that idea, sometimes it's nicer to find the properties that we can fix those problems more efficiently and know what we're getting, and then buy another property and do it again. So I would say right now we're trying to do the latter.
Okay, got it. Right. So value add, and also after you do the value add, what's your main strategy? Are you guys planning to flip them, or are you guys planning to refi and just keep those?
Yeah. So we're probably like a lot of other smaller operators where you want to realize that value either through a sale or a refinance event. Um, it depends though. Some of those assets, like smaller properties, as you graduate, I think maybe we'll sell those and trade those into a little bit larger properties. That's probably what will happen. But yeah, that's kind of how I see it going. Probably.
Hmm. No, that's nice. That's nice. Because I definitely see myself. My dream is just to get parts and just hold them forever. Like,
Yeah, it's a good
uh,
strategy too. I mean, like if you get this thing repositioned, it could pay you for forever, right? If you manage it well.
yeah, because yeah, definitely forever. And oh yeah, and what about financing? Financing. I guess you guys have a bunch of private money lenders. How does it look like for them, and what what are the expectations that you give them as far maybe returns or a check every year, or just maybe okay, there's someone that they really don't need any check, and they will just let's do the equity play together.
Yeah. So there's a variety of ways, but yeah, we do use some private money. Um, we bring some investors in on these deals and use different sources for regular type financing, but investors definitely. A lot of these projects, the value add, there's a lot of capex, so there's a lot of investment up front that you want to be able to fund to get to that value as soon as possible. Um, they do get quarterly distributions, so that's nice. They don't have to wait till the end or wait until the end of the year. Um, yeah, that's kind of how we've done it thus far, and I think a lot of other smaller operators are doing something similar in that way.
Yeah, I
There's
see.
tax benefits for depends on the profile of the investor. There's a lot of tax benefits to depreciation um, that could be attractive during that situation for their income.
Hmm, yeah, I can definitely. Are you guys doing the cost segregation already? For
Yes,
those.
yeah, I would say that's a big element for certain high income investors. That's something that is attractive to them, right? Besides the regular returns, besides the upside, the tax benefits seem to, yeah, seem to be of interest to them.
Okay, got it. And obviously, you guys do cash, normal loans, and owner financing or everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Uh,
always those elements to make deals work, or sometimes that makes a deal more attractive if there's an owner finance element or assuming some debt, favorable terms. So those things, are always out there.
mm, got it. No, what the perfect deal will look like for you? Name, city, size, lot. I that
Yeah,
I give I brought you a deal and say okay, no brainer. I have to get this one. Uh,
yeah, yeah. So typically, like right now, we kind of want 100 units and up. There could be some exceptions in there, but that's kind of what we're focused on right now. And beyond that, we want some type of value add. So I like management problems like high delinquencies or other management related problems. I like properties that, kind of legacy owners that don't have websites, don't have systems. We feel like we can solve those problems relatively easily. I do like low rents, of course. We can add some value in the capex, raise the rents. Um, and even properties that need, capex projects like roads that have been kind of neglected, other infrastructure, sewer, water, lift stations, general curb appeal, I would say as well. Properties that need a lot of violation work done. Those are kind of um, areas that we like to focus in. So.
got it. So it's gonna be 100 plus lots, city water, city sewer, ideally. Value add in Michigan. I guess also larger MSA. Uh,
Yeah, I would
that
say
would be.
legacy owners, they're kind of wanting to retire and hand this off to someone who is hungry and has a lot of energy and ultimately is going to treat their residents fairly. Not just we're not like these corporate companies that just come in and just push the rent through the ceiling. We're responsible about that. So I think in the past that's helped us a little bit as well as far as connecting with owners and them ultimately deciding that these are the guys that we want to sell to.
Mm, got it. Great. Awesome. And now you guys right now, it looks like you mentioned your son. How does your operation organization looks like? So it's you, I guess you are the owner, and oh, what does your son what does your
Yeah,
son does or and your I guess you guys also have a bunch of manager all around.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we're still a small organization. We have some other partners that run this company. My son helps us. He focuses a lot on the infill operation. There's a lot of moving parts there. Like we like to be really hands-on with our vendors in that department. He also sources a lot of used homes, so that's a whole other challenge, making sure the sizes are correct, that we can fit them on our lots. There's all
How
types
does
of
it
sites.
does how do you I guess in my brain is like, okay, I go to Facebook Marketplace and that's how I get used homes. But how there's other ways to get those used one.
Yeah, I feel like that is one way for sure. Facebook Marketplace, you can go in there and make a lot of offers, talk to a lot of people. That's not a bad way to go. Um, the trouble is just getting all the elements right. Like I find a deal on Marketplace, I can buy it for the right price, but come to find out it's the wrong year, it's the wrong size. So now I can't do that deal on the used side. So that's maybe a challenge. You really got to get all those details correct. Um, I would say the biggest one is relationships, though. Like we source a lot of homes from other operators,
Mm,
operators where they are doing different things. They're trying to upgrade curb appeal. They want to bring in new homes, trade out some of the older stock. It's still vinyl shingle, so that's kind of what we're focused on these used buys. And um, yeah, we work with them um, to do that. Occasionally, communities get homes back through the process. Maybe an eviction or a resident just signs the home back to the park or just leaves. So they'll acquire them in different ways. And sometimes they want to move those homes out and they want to put a newer home. So we've had a lot of success just working directly with other communities, other owners, and um, buying them in those ways. The other place too is mobile home movers, setup crews. They talk to owners all the time. They acquire homes in their process of moving homes and setting them up. So we've had some success buying from those individuals as well.
that's a whole business per se. I mean, he's running a
Yeah.
whole business segment alone. So he's running
Yeah.
the sourcing, that's already a business, and he's running the infill. Wow, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
So it's you, different partner. Your son is doing the infill stuff, and I guess also you do you have property management in house or
Yeah. So we have a property management company that manages all our properties. We do
a
have,
third party or it's yours?
no, it's ours. Yeah. We do it
Okay,
all in house. Yeah. So we built that out. It gives us a little more control, of course, a little more flexibility. We can move with more speed, I would say. Um, and we can just manage the way we like to do it. We do have managers, depending on the size of the property. We do have some site managers at some of our locations. We have some maintenance people, depending on the concentration of park-owned homes as well. We use a lot of vendors for, snow plowing, Michigan, of course, landscaping, mowing, etc. We use third-party vendors for those things. Um, but yeah, it works out pretty well.
nice, awesome. Awesome. So, as far how do you guys source your deals? Uh, where I told you how we do ours, but I guess how are you guys doing it?
Yeah. So connecting with guys like you is a good, yeah, right? Um, Doing a lot of networking, of course, but as far as the deals that we've had so far, a lot of them have come through brokers or, a referral with another operator. We've even had referrals from different vendors, contractors that work in the industry. I think that's a good one because a lot of times they hear things, they talk to owners who's getting tired or maybe who wants to, look for a buyer. So it's kind of an early spot where you can sometimes find some deals. But brokers, a lot of wholesalers like you, um, those are probably the number one sources, at least for us.
Nice. And
Yeah.
now that you mentioned wholesaler, tell me one thing that okay, that pissed me off of wholesaler, and and one thing, okay, I think that you guys should do something like this so we can work together. Or
Yeah.
let me just move on and change person. What?
Yeah. I mean, transparency is nice. Like getting the situation, understanding, what the challenges are, not just sugarcoating it and saying, yeah, this is the best deal ever. Um, Getting accurate information is always helpful. I mean, I know those are basic things, but that's always helpful. And just transparency, like every deal is not perfect. Things happen. It's just uh, maybe you see how people work when things become difficult. Maybe,
Yeah,
yeah, I would say
yeah,
transparency. That's the biggest one for me.
I love it, love it. So you guys, if you're listening, being transparent.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, it's like, I'd like to build a relationship with someone. Like you send me a deal, I'd like to not just do one deal. I'd like to continue. Right? It's efficient for both of us. It's good for both of us. So kind of building that long term relationship, and helping out. Like if I don't know, it's not always give or take. It's like if you need something, we're here to help out, even if we're not doing business together. Uh, we love talking about this business, so it's fun to do
Yeah,
and
definitely.
change, creative exchange.
Yeah, I get always so other seller tell me, hey, you trust people too much. I mean, I'm out here in Italy. If I do have to trust people. I I do. I don't get. I mean, my reason of okay, I'm gonna trust people from the get go. Okay, if they screw me up, at least I didn't get screwed up. Down the line, maybe 1, 2, 3 years down the relationship.
Right.
I know that the solid people, uh, then good. I mean, also when I get them into the channel, I know. I mean, they're willing to get their face into the public. So I mean the better way to trust them. I feel like because I
Absolutely.
mean, in my brain, okay, we don't need to look up any deal immediately. We can already we trusted buyer can just send them already into the property. I mean, we don't need that uh, contract always. Obviously, it's gonna help us, but I mean, we
Absolutely.
also
Yep.
dealing with sellers and all this stuff, so we have also to respect the seller's side. Uh,
Absolutely.
so.
Yeah, you want to get the deal done. Everyone, and you have a seller that wants to sell, a buyer that wants to buy. Obviously, we want accurate information, and we want it to be a good deal for everybody, right?
Oh
That's the
yeah,
goal.
because I think guess you could probably you have a lot of other stories, especially during the diligence that they told you something and
Yeah,
it was something else, and I
that's
can
a
only
good point.
imagine.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Obviously, you have to do your due diligence, but also you want the information to be as accurate as possible. But at the end of the day, if I miss something, then it's on me, right? It's my fault to some extent. Like we have to go through a certain process. We have to be diligent about like checking everything. That's all part of the work, I think. And I don't know. I kind of put the blame on myself if we miss something and seller didn't tell me, then that's my fault. I'll take the blame. I won't put it on him.
Yeah, I can. I see. I tend to be the same thing, but at the end of the day, sometimes I know exactly how we are seller do. Hey, best deal of the year, and bump up the NOI. I mean, already won the salary. I guess he has already bumped up the NOI for sure
Right.
to make it more appealing. Now, the wholesaler is gonna be okay. Let's maybe remove your family that you're paying and all that stuff. Okay,
True.
so we bumped the NOI twice, and
Yeah, it's true. I mean, you got to dig into these things. There's no question. Sometimes you'll be
yeah.
surprised.
So yes, I pretty much so because yeah, I I yeah, my plan is just to wholesale to get into ownership and just do what you're doing right now. So I'm trying to get in that spot. So
Absolutely.
that's
Stay
my
in
plans.
stay in Italy.
And sometimes I try to go with your logic. And okay, okay, I'm looking to this deal and say okay, from maybe also other seller because we have a lot of relationship and say, hey, but this looks a little bit suspicious. So
Right.
you're saying that you're running this part at 20% expensive? Oh, okay.
Right. Right. Something's off. Something's missing, right?
Yeah, yeah, for 20%. So it doesn't sound right. So yes, I see exactly what you're saying. Definitely.
Absolutely.
As far as your expenses, guy, how it looks like for you guys around all across all your portfolio, uh,
Um, it
perc
depends. Like once it,
percentage wise, you would
yeah,
you
once
say?
you're stabilized, obviously when we're coming in, there's a lot of things. We have some deals right now where we're correcting some items, so I would say it's a little higher than normal, but yeah, that 30 to 40% is a good spot to be. Um, I don't know. We're working on some deals right now where there's some things that maybe in due diligence we could have done a better job. So now we're paying the price a little bit on expense ratio, but you know that's what happens sometimes. It's fine.
Mm,
We're ultimately going to execute our plan and realize all this value. So just there's no straight lines. Everyone has a strategy and they act like they execute it perfectly, but it's never perfect, right? Yeah, there's always challenges. There's always things that come up that either you didn't know or it just wasn't known at the time, and you have to work through it. So
got it. And as far, I wanted to ask you this one for just my curiosity because I was looking at Holland like I told you the other day, and I was
yeah,
like, there's a lot of like really A plus MHP communities, at least there in your city. I see those big amenities with pools, super nice. It looks like
yeah.
I would say institutional. How do you think your competition look like, at least there in Michigan?
Our competition as far
Yeah.
as yeah, you know in general, I don't feel like we have a lot of competition. I always have abundance mindset. There's plenty of deals out there, and once you get into the space, like different operators are looking for different types of deals. Whether it's size wise or you have larger operators looking for these kind of more institutional properties, and yeah, I think we don't worry too much about the competition. I mean, we have plenty of deals to work, and I don't know. It's a long-term business for us. We want to build relationships with other operators as well, help them out if we can, and vice versa. Um, ultimately.
Do you think that there's some bad operators out there in Michigan particularly? They say, "Oh, like, dude, what you doing?"
Bad operators?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think there's some people that, they just have a different strategy maybe. I don't know. They just operate differently, or I wouldn't say bad, but I've dealt with a lot of kind of tired operators. They've been doing this for a long time. They're kind of ready for something else. And I've seen a little bit of that, but um, I haven't seen too many like, you know, just bad operators in
Hmm.
general. I mean, everyone tries to do a good job. It's just people have different initiatives on like what we're trying to do. So,
Yeah, yeah, that's why I love MHP. I don't I only in general don't hear some other stories like in the multifamily world or single family. I mean,
yeah.
all the operators are pretty much successful. Smaller, bigger, institutional. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone is successful.
Yeah. I
Uh,
feel like compared to multifamily, I've had some experience there too. I think that, yeah, it's a little bit easier in some ways to keep the wheels on it, for sure.
Got it. So last question that I have for you. What the next 3 to 6 months, maybe also a few years looks like for you? What you guys envision as for expansion or big project,
Yeah.
maybe change, maybe expand another market because obviously your buy box is gonna
Yeah.
drive you out of Michigan for
Yeah.
sure. 100 plus lots, I guess.
Yeah. We're pretty ambitious with our buying. We want to grow. Been growing pretty aggressively thus far. Um, I see that trend continuing. Definitely, we have some things that are outside of Michigan, of course, that we're going to close on in the next 90 days. So we'll continue to look outside of Michigan, as well. That's probably where that growth will happen. Probably grow a little bit more outside of Michigan, I can see. But
Any state in particular already? The
um,
if
yeah, we have something that we're lining up in Illinois, but I don't know, I've looked in Texas, Florida, Arizona, some southern states. Obviously, we're in the Midwest, we're up north, so maybe some geography diversity. I don't know. Um, that might
hmm,
be where we find, or look for some new deals. Yeah.
no. Nice, nice. Okay. Okay, and last question that I wanted to ask you
Yep.
first. I know I know I was looking because I'm just learning, obviously I'm out of state, but I was looking at Michigan and it's a swing it change colors as for blue red state. It changes blue, sometimes it's red. As for do you feel like Michigan is lender friendly now, and is going to the right direction or to the wrong direction? What do
Yeah.
you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, I've worked in Michigan my whole life, so it's kind of what I know. As far as politics go, I don't let it bother me, like we're gonna continue to go no matter which way it swings. But as far as being landlord friendly, I think in general, compared to stories I've heard from other states, I would say it's probably a little more friendly, or predictable, let's say. But yeah, I don't let the politics bother us. We just continue to go and create value.
So, so no rent controls incoming, nothing like that.
I don't see that happening right now. I don't hear of that on the radar, at least in my area. But who knows in the future, right? We'll see.
Mm. I guess, yeah, you will see. We'll definitely see. Okay, obviously, thank you for being here, spending this time for me an hour plus. We spend time together, and how people can find you, how people, if they want brokers, say, or seller that are listen right now, where did they
Yeah.
find you?
Yeah. You can email me is probably the best way. It's S Brown, Brown, at butlercommunities.com. So S Brown at butlercommunities.com. Yeah.
Nice. So you
Reach out.
guys, if you're listening here, reach out with deals in Michigan. Michigan. Only Sean is gonna execute on those. They're
Yeah.
basically running all Michigan. He's he and his team.
Or any questions. I love talking about this space, deals, help, anything like that. Just reach out. That'd be great.
Love it, love it, love it. Thank you again, Sean, for this time. I'm sure we're gonna deals for sure in the future, 100%. If it's not that one in the land, but for sure,
I'm
SF is gonna.
no, I'm
Yeah.
super excited what you have on the table already that we chatted about. So reach out to this guy too if you guys need deals.
Yes, thank you.
All
So
right.
thank you, Sean. Thank you. Bye. See you.
Right.
Thank
Ciao.
you. Ciao, ciao.
See ya.